What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video. And last night we got another round of WWE releases. Of course, not as big as the other few, but some pretty noticeable names have been released. If you count one tag team, that would mean 5 wrestlers were released from WWE last night. A few of them being during SmackDown last night. And it's crazy. It's crazy that these people got released. We're going to give our thoughts about it and about the wrestlers in general and basically the whole circumstances and social media reaction behind it. So 5 wrestlers got released last night. Who? First, we have Zion Quinn, a man who was a former NXT superstar. He was drafted in last year's WWE draft as a free agent. Didn't really have a lot to really show for that run. He got released. We had Xia Li, another underwhelming talent that had a lot of talent. Let's be real. Xia Li is amazing in the ring. She got released. And then we have the entire trio of Indus Sher. We have Sanga. We have Veer Mahan. He's not coming anymore, guys. And we have former WWE champion and the man who made Tony Khan piss his pants in fury and rage, Jinder Mahal. They all got released by WWE last night. So let's talk about these wrestlers one by one. First, Zion Quinn. I'm not going to pretend that I was the biggest Zion Quinn fan. I haven't really checked out a lot of his matches in WWE. But, you know, he got, I wouldn't call it a call-up, but in the draft, he was a free agent. He could have appeared on Raw. He could have appeared on SmackDown or NXT. And I think he appeared once on Raw in a Battle Royal. That was the only time I really saw him. He didn't really have really much of a showing. It just seemed like a waste of a draft pick and everything like that. He got released. Actually, no. I remember recently he came back, but he was squashed by Braun Breaker when Braun was starting to be on the main roster. But yeah, very unfortunate. I wish Zion Quinn, this is not meant to be a joke, I wish Zion Quinn the best on his future endeavors. Xia Li, though, is very interesting because on Monday night, it's supposed to be the Women's World Championship Battle Royal, where the winner of that Battle Royal will become the Women's World Champion. And in promos, in advertisements for the match, Xia Li was advertised. So she's not going to be in that match anymore. And I thought that was wild that Xia Li was advertised for that match. She got released. She made a statement thanking WWE for the amazing opportunities, and she was the first Chinese women's superstar in the WWE. And yeah, no, it's quite a shame. I thought Xia Li was going to get a massive push when she got called up to SmackDown years and years ago, but they didn't give her anything. She was only mainly used for battle royals and multi-women matches, Royal Rumbles, what have you. And Xia Li then had a little bit of a big deal when Becky Lynch was the NXT Women's Champion. I honestly wouldn't have minded if they gave the NXT Women's belt to Xia Li, because let's be real, the brand split doesn't really mean shit. So give Xia Li that NXT Women's Championship. I felt like that could have propelled her to new heights, but she didn't. But Xia Li, like I said, wish you the best on the future endeavors. Indus Sher, I felt like, like Sanga and Veer Mahan. Obviously, all the memes of Veer Mahan coming to Monday Night Raw, and it was a running joke for like a year, and he didn't debut, and when he did, it was lackluster. Then he went back to NXT, reunited with Sanga, and then later on Jinder Mahal, and then they became a trio. They got called back up to the main roster, and they did nothing. Now, I'll tell you this. Indus Sher as a tag team had all the tools. They had a mouthpiece in Jinder Mahal former WWE champion. I felt like with the proper booking, Indus share could have risen up, especially if they wanted to appeal to the Indian WWE market. More on that later. Indus share would have been your guys to do that, but they didn't. I mean, especially with Shanky as well, who got released last year. Shanky didn't do anything. But it's a shame. I felt like with the proper booking, Sanga and Veer would have been an amazing tag team. Veer was supposed to get like a monster push in the Veer Mahan is coming. He didn't, and they got released. Jinder Mahal, probably the most shocking. Yes, he was a jobber. Yes, he wasn't being used. But I thought after that Rock segment where Jinder Mahal literally got a big viral moment and a big reaction, he later on got a world championship opportunity that made Tony Khan piss his pants. I thought that would have been a start of a career revival for Jinder Mahal. I thought with that, as well as the social media reaction to Jinder Mahal just trolling everybody in the wrestling community, I thought that, at least, we knew Jinder wasn't going to win the world title, but at least, mid-card, or at least more TV time for him and the rest of Indus share, but it didn't happen, and it was shocking. Obviously, Jinder Mahal, former WWE champion, that is probably the most shocking thing ever when he won the WWE title from Randy Orton in 2017. This is not the first time he's ever been released. This is his second. Man. I mean, Jinder Mahal as well could have been an amazing talent with the proper booking. And I really felt like they should have taken advantage of the viral reactions and the moments that Jinder Mahal had over the past year with The Rock and the world title match with Seth Rollins and everything like that. Jinder Mahal broke his silence about his release before Fightful Select reported it. He made a tweet that I am going to try to pull up here that really said a lot. Like, maybe Jinder didn't get released. Perhaps he quit? ? So, Jinder Mahal posted on Twitter. I'm going to pull up the screen here, and I'm going to shrink my screen in a little bit. Give me one moment, guys. This is a one-take video, so I apologize. Okay, so here we go. There's his Twitter right there. If you look at his bio, and my video is not going to look the very best here. From the way that the font looks, but he put on his bio, I'll highlight it here, free agent 90 days. Free agent 90 days, the Maharaja Jinder Mahal. But that wasn't even what I was going to talk about. He made this. I quit. Maharaja out. Oof. So maybe he quit for whatever reason. We didn't quite know the reason, but before I made this video, I saw something. I didn't watch the whole thing of it. Sanga released a Twitter video, I think explaining why he left the WWE, but a lot of people are like, oh my god, this is WWE was so disrespectful to the Indian market. So we'll watch this. Sanga, let's see here. We are all always positive, and we expect everyone to be super positive. G. Hind. I don't know if there are subtitles or captions, so bear with me. But we'll watch this video.
जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, और जो भविष्य में होगा वो और भी अच्छा होगा. हम सकारात्मक हैं, हम पॉजिटिव हैं. मैं पॉजिटिव हूँ, रिंकू पॉजिटिव है, जिंदर पाजी पॉजिटिव, हम सब लोग पॉजिटिव हैं. और ये वीडियो हमारे उन चाहने वालों के लिए है जो लोग कहीं ना कहीं दुखी हैं। तो आप लोगों से कहना हूँ पॉजिटिव हैं और आप भी पॉजिटिव रहिए। थोड़ा सा दिल में एक टीस है छोटी सी कि जब व्यूअरशिप की बात आती है तो आपको व्यूअरशिप हमारे देश भारत से चाहिए, फेसबुक पे व्यूअरशिप भारत देश से चाहिए, यूट्यूब पे व्यूअरशिप भारत देश से चाहिए, टीवी पे व्यूअरशिप भारत देश से चाहिए। लेकिन जहां भारत के टैलेंट की बात आती है वो आप
I have a lot of friends that honestly I should have had them right beside me if I knew that someone was going to make a Twitter video, just so that way I could get a translation. Because I really wanted to like pause in between, but I don't understand a word. Hopefully we'll scroll on Twitter and see like highlights of what Sanga is saying here, but I feel like it'd be disrespectful if I don't at least play the video that he made.
को आगे लेके नहीं जाना है। जो भी आपकी सोच रही हो इस ओके होता है, क्रिएटिव्स होते हैं, काम करने का तरीका होता है, बट ये आपको समझना चाहिए। इस बात को लेके दुख है कि 1.4 बिलियन पीपल, 140 करोड़ की जनसंख्या हमारी, लोग आपको पसंद करते हैं, लोग हमें पसंद करते हैं। वो चाहते हैं कि उनके देश भारत का के एथलीट्स ऐसे हों जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे काम करें, बट आप हो कि मौके देने को तैयार नहीं हो। इतिहास गवाह इस बात का, शुरुआत से लेकर आज तक। सौरभ नहीं है कोई बात नहीं, कोई दूसरा तो होता। एक भी भारतीय
Looks like he's trying to spread a message, but he also looks pretty pissed. I'll be real here. Again, don't want to make assumptions, so we'll watch this video. I'll at least show this video, and we'll see what the translation and the highlights are later on.
आपकी कंपनी में ही नहीं है। ये सुन के थोड़ा सा
Actually, would there be like translation and captions? Speed, video quality, download video, picture in picture. No? Okay.
और ये सोच के थोड़ा सा बुरा लग रहा है, और मुझे पता है कि हमारे जो फैंस हैं, जो हमारे देश भारत के लोग हैं, उनको भी बुरा लग रहा होगा, और इसका जवाब हमें देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। 140 करोड़ की जनसंख्या है, वो इस बात का आपको जवाब देगी। बट थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर एवरीथिंग। और भगवान ने मौके पहले भी दिए थे, मौके अब भी दे रहा है और आगे भी देगा, और हम इसमें खुश हैं। तो सभी भाइयों, भारत देश के मेरे लोगों, हम पॉजिटिव हैं, आप पॉजिटिव रहिए, हम खुश हैं, आप भी खुश रहिए। हम सब मिलके आगे बढ़ेंगे, हमारा पूरा देश हमारे साथ है और हम अपने देश के साथ हैं। अपने देश का मान नहीं गिरने देंगे, चाहे उसके लिए हमें कुछ भी छोड़ना पड़े। जय हिंद।
Okay. So that was Sanga's Twitter video. Now let's see what he actually said. Sanga is saying he's positive about the future, but goes on to say that it stings a little. He basically says how when it comes to YouTube views, Facebook views, and viewership on their weekly shows, WWE want all of these from the Indian market. But when it comes to representation of Indian athletes on TV, they have failed to do them justice, and says how there are 0 Indian wrestlers in the company now after their release. So I was talking about him, Veer Mahan, and of course Jinder Mahal. He's Canadian, but he's of Indian descent. And wow. Just because it's your favorite company and there are Indian wrestlers involved, it does not give you a license to be racist in the replies. Already blocked a couple, and anybody that comments anything racist again, they are going on the block list too. I hate to say this, but Sanga and Veer aren't that good. Their booking wasn't good. I've seen what Veer and Sanga are capable of in their NXT days. They are good. I will say that. And I'm not saying this because I feel bad for them that they got released. I like Sanga and Veer. As much as we all like to joke about the whole Veer Mahan is coming to Monday Night Raw, Veer Mahan was good. And with the proper booking, both Sanga and Veer would have been good. Not saying it was some of the world shit, but Sanga was doing more than fine in his role as a soft-spoken giant gentleman in NXT, but was restricted to the good old foreign heel gimmick on the main roster. Man, so Sanga basically said that WWE wants all these views from the Indian market, but when it comes to, putting Indian talent on their TV, almost never is there. And I will say, yeah, it's kind of fucked up. If you want all these views from the Indian market, showcase the Indian market better. Sure, you had the superstar spectacle, and you had Shanky face Gunther at that event for the IC belt. 2017, you gave Jinder the WWE title, but if you still want the viewership, you could have put the tag team titles on IndyShare if you just booked them believable enough. That would have helped the market better. I'm just saying that's very simple. Yeah, Sanga is disappointed with the fact that WWE uses India only for big time numbers. They don't actually give a shit when it comes to India talent. So if what Sanga is saying is true, that's kind of fucked up. I will say that. If you want views from a specific market, do something to appeal to them. You don't have to make the shows entirely about them, but a certain portion of the show dedicated to someone that everyone in that market relates to, that can help. Also, maybe booking a pay-per-view at India, not a live event, a pay-per-view, that would also help too. There are a lot of things, and I do agree with Sanga's point that maybe they should have showcased more Indian talent on WWE. And, I've seen a lot of people saying that, all the people they've fired are people of color and all that jazz. And it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm not going to go on here and pull a WWE's racist agenda. Do I think they should represent more foreign countries better? Yes. Is WWE racist as a whole? I mean, Vince McMahon is, but is WWE as a whole? I don't think so. I think they just need to work on more representation. But the very bad situation either way, and I do indeed feel bad for any and everyone that has been released last night. Zion Quinn, Sanga, Veer, Xia Li, and Jinder Mahal. And it's a shame too, because all of those people are talented, and we never got to see them reach their full potential besides Jinder Mahal, but you know what I mean. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I felt like I've rambled on a little bit too much, but we were mainly focusing on that Sanga video. What are your thoughts on all the WWE releases from last night? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for 1.5 thousand subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the amazing viewership. We're almost at the 3,000 watch hours for us to be able to sell merch on the channel and at least become a minimal part of the YouTube partner program. So be sure to run those videos up that you haven't viewed already. Share my videos around with your friends, and be sure to subscribe as well. Support Universe Mode and watch all the other videos that I have also posted. Thank you guys so much for the amazing support. It means the absolute world to me. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it for me. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace. Long live the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Who the fuck is Hook?